First, I want to congratulate everyone for, I think, a big accomplishment for, going through the 10 weeks and then 3 months and spending a lot of time with us. So thank you. And I really appreciate all the hard work that you're all putting into doing the work, the discussion that you have. And then, the improvement, we really see some of the improvement that you did throughout this 10 weeks. Now, so our first item is I'm going to let Carla to just give us, I think some of you already know about our program pretty well, but we also have some guests in today's meeting. So I'm going to ask Carla to give a quick background information about our program and our partnership with OEWD and CLC.
Great. Good morning, everybody. Great to see you all here. I believe that I've met most of you. I'm here today with my colleague, Andrew Broderick, and we're both kind of working behind the scenes, but we are so pleased to see you, the second cohort, making it to demo day. And this is been a remarkable year for all of us. Last fall, we were just getting started in recruiting and thinking about this. And now a year later, we're here and 2 cohorts have completed and we are beginning our third 2 weeks from today. So this is a unique partnership or collaboration between Blisson, between the Office of Economic and Workforce Development in San Francisco and San Francisco Tech Council.
We have invited 3 business experts today to be the judge or be the jury for our presentation.
Hi, everyone. I'm Thi Tran. I'm super excited to be here today and listen and on your presentations. I have an agency called Wandering Spoon. I work in the food industry, and I teach finance modules for business planning over at Renaissance Center, which is another nonprofit based here in the Bay Area, which also encourages entrepreneurship.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me, and happy to participate. Happy to learn more about what you're doing and participate in this project, and hopefully meet all of you. I'm a founder of Schoolbird. We started in 2021 during COVID. It's an app that we created to match tutors and students. Right now we're operating in Vietnam and hopefully expand to other parts of Southeast Asia and one day come back to US. I started a company, another startup back in 2006 with Pops Media, is now worth value $100 million and is in 3 Southeast Asian countries. On my spare time, I work as a business advisor for Prosperity Lab and Unity Council in Oakland. I work as a business advisor there as well as instructor, and we teach business courses to small business owners.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Waters. I'm the Director of Economic Development for the Jacobs Center for Neighborhood Innovation, which is an organization based in San Diego. And we work with early stage startups who are funded through the city of San Diego. And then I taught the first module focused on customer discovery. So I'm an innovation consultant and I do stuff with enterprises and small businesses around that space as well. So excited to be here and hear all the pitches.
So everyone have 90 seconds to present. After that, the jury have about 3 minutes to either ask clarifying questions or provide some recommendation, advice. And then we're going to move on to the next person. We're dividing our presentation today into 2 groups. The first group is presenting our people who already have a business before coming into the program. And then the second group are people who didn't have a business before they come into the program.
My name is Valerie Bro, and the company that I've started a couple of years ago is called Purposeful Space. So it is a residential organization and design service business. And that came about as I had been doing it informally for friends, and that transitioned quite naturally into a full business around the COVID that we've all experienced this time. So the service itself is I help people that's struggling with clutter in their lives by streamlining their belongings and interior design in order to create a peaceful environment that best supports their life. So what that means, and what would also be my unique proposition, is that most businesses would either do organization or design, and I combine the both. So we're able to create a full flow that really targets a comprehensive home lifestyle. So that's where I differentiate from most. My services are located mostly in the Bay Area, so that would be San Francisco, Marine, South Bay, and I typically rate hourly, so I would do differential pricing depending on the customer that I'm addressing.
So Jerry,
I didn't get much about your experience and background.
Oh, I'm sorry. So my background is actually in project management and compliance. That's that's the most of my background. And the transition to organization and design kind of came quite naturally. I had been doing it with friends. Everywhere I would go, I would end up doing this left and right. And one day, someone asked me to do it professionally, and that's kind of how it kind of just snowballed. And I went from I'm mostly referral based at the moment, and it's just growing into a full-blown business. So, which is quite nice. I do it quite naturally. I enjoy it, so it makes me happy to do it. Happy to see the results with the clients. So that's how it's something that happened. As much as I I just went along with it, and I'm quite happy how this is taking me. Yes.
Thank you.
What is the average sort of timeline of working with a customer? Is it just like a weekend? Is it a month? Is it a year? Like, what does that actually look like when you're going in and helping individuals?
So it depends it really quite depends from project to project. I have one currently that started over a year ago. I have one that's a return customer who's the project was about a couple of months in our apartment in Oakland. She's now buying in Berkeley, so she coming back. So and that expect this to take about 3 months. It really varies from it's really need based. It depends on the client. I currently have a client in Mountain View. It's also over a year. We started small with organization, then we grow into more design. And as time goes by, as we're working, they're more and more satisfied. They want to tackle more and more. So this is kind of, often I find that a project will start with a specific scale, and as we start working, it will just grow in terms of how much we cover. But I would say 3 to 6 months. It takes time. It's time consuming. You need to be able to have some one-on-one time and to kind of have a nice, and also take my time into evaluating what the clients need. So it's not just we meet on Monday and by Tuesday we jump in and we just tackle everything. So I would say 3 to 5 months on average.
Thank you for the opportunity to share my business with you. My name is Stania Zabella, and I'm a personal life coach. I help introverts and highly sensitive people to develop their confidence and resilience so that they can thrive in any situation with more ease, joy, and wisdom. In my coaching practice, I work with individuals and couples, helping them to work on their fear of not being good enough to reach their potential. By using different professional tools and certifications I have earned over the years, I support and guide them to set new goals and to achieve them. Along the way, clients can expect to grow more resilient, resourceful, and creative. Since starting Kickstart Your Business at 50 plus, I have gained 2 new clients, recently concluded a 12-week Enneagram package with a couple, and in November, I will be starting a new position with MML, an international holistic coaching school, as their coach and mentor. And in the coming year, I plan to establish myself in the coaching industry as a holistic coach and mentor, and in my private practice to double my income. Thank you.
I'm not as familiar with sort of some of the things that you mentioned with sort of holistic coaching and things like that. Can you just like briefly kind of explain? So I'm looking for a coach and I come to you for like what specifically in the holistic sort of space?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Great question, Alex. So holistic means the whole person. And that's in fact what I do. I work with them with all different modalities of their being. So we typically start with them not really, knowing where they're, they have an idea, they have a goal, but they're stuck. And so some of the first things that we do, we might do an assessment of how they're expressing themselves personality-wise, behavioral-wise, which gives them a lot of insight into how they are behaving and why they are having difficulties. And from there, we will go into exploring their goals and laying it out. A lot of times clients realize, oh my gosh, that's not really my goal. It's actually something else. Or when they discover the big challenge is something that's not necessarily in their professional life, but in their private life, they, also make a little bit of a different turn. And so when I talked about the different modalities of being, I'm talking about sensory, the emotional, the mental, the vital, as well as the spiritual. And I am adept at leading the client through all the different modalities. I have quite a few different professional tools and certifications, and depending on the client's needs and where they want to go as far as achieving certain goals, I bring those in. But essentially, in a coaching practice, I listen, and I listen on multiple levels. I try to ask very powerful questions, and the client just starts unfolding, blossoming, and discovering a lot of new things. And so, I support them and guide them when necessary, but for the most part, it's always their journey. I don't take control of it. They have control over their life. So I'm there as a partner, cheerleader, motivator. I wear a lot of different hats.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Susan Eng from Childcare Staffing. Childcare Staffing helps childcare centers that are experiencing a shortage in staffing by getting fully qualified staff at their center in as little as 2 hours notice. So they can make it easy to stay in compliance with childcare licensing requirement. Childcare staffing, a full service employment staffing firm that focus on the childcare field. We start the business in San Francisco in 2016. So I was a Head Start experienced educator who had received training on all state licensing requirement. And I know the need of high quality caregiver in the childcare center. And so we provide the service to childcare centers. And also I train teachers to how to know the childcare licensing rule and regulations. So I try to duplicate myself what I have learned from my 20 years experience in the childcare field, what I have learned from the licensing, a hands-on experience to people from all of our background, ethnicity. So I train them to know the licensing requirement. And in the futures, we're planning to open a childcare centers in San Francisco Bay Area that focus on the social emotional skill.
Yeah, I have a quick question. So you mentioned first, it definitely seems like something that's a big need. But you mentioned at the end that the goal long term was to then open your own centers versus just scaling, I guess, what you have sort of now as a business model. Is there any particular reason for that, sort of transitioning away from staffing existing places to like having your own?
We're still going to do the childcare staffing agency in a small scale, as I'm emphasized on as a childcare center as a mentor for the teachers to the facility as a mentor for the newcomer. So before they work in the school, in the client school, they're going to have a hands-on experience for those people who don't have the hands-on experience working in the childcare center. So they're gonna have that training in our center. So we will let them know about the rule and regulation of the licensing in the center. That's the purpose. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
How do you plan to promote your business? How will people find out about your business?
I do mostly through the community college, and also through the website. Before I was thinking about the Facebook we have, but I would rather to promote through the community college and also community college website, that we can focus on the children, focus on the students.
So good morning. My name is Yolanda Jones. I am the proud owner of Yolanda's 5-Star Insurance Agency, where we provide affordable insurance rates to everyone. I opened up my agency in October 21 after resigning from AAA after 15 years. I decided to open up my own agency because of the lack of understanding and knowledge of the insurance industry in the community. Okay, my agency is unique when it comes to my competitors because I guarantee my clients are educated and have knowledge of their insurance needs, and all their insurance needs have been met. And I also offer mobile notary services. Currently, I am appointed by 16 different carriers, including 16 different carriers. I'm licensed, bonded, registered minority business with the City and County of San Francisco. And to date, I have sold approximately $48,000 in premium, and I plan to hire 1 employee and eventually move into a storefront to increase my revenue.
Yeah, I had a quick question. So you mentioned, that you had experience previously working obviously in the insurance industry, and now you're sort of doing your own thing. Can you explain sort of what the differentiator is? I know you mentioned sort of the notary service, but is there a specific vertical or area that you're focusing on versus some of the other sort of insurance agencies or companies?
Sure. So I'm in the community. So basically, I'm trying to reach out to the community, educate the community, and let them know that you don't have to have like a Nordstrom's brand to have good insurance. All insurance is the same as long as you're covered properly. And I'm also trying to reach the small businesses in the area. So that was my main concern for getting certified and bonded with the City and County of San Francisco as an LBE vendor. Yeah.
How do you plan to reach your potential customers?
So currently I have Facebook, Instagram, I have a website, and I plan on, I have been reaching out to some of my previous clients from AAA, and I've joined a couple of organizations. I'm a graduate of Renaissance, so I get a lot of referrals that way, and new and used car dealerships, and personal pop-ups and stuff like that.
Good day. I am Tony Hines, and I'm excited to tell you about my business, Why Not Unite for Peace. I help build community and collective healing and safety. I teach individuals and community the importance of self-care. I do this via workshops, trainings, healing circles, and pop-ups in the community. I charge $125 per hour, but I do have a sliding scale when individuals want to talk to me. I actually launched my business last month professionally. I was doing this work for the last 15 years because of a personal family trauma. And to date, I have made at least $2,700. I'm certified in trauma response and recovery from City College, and I bring 15 years experience in community healing, doing an event every year, and actually taking people up to Sacramento so we can ask the governor or whoever's in charge to put money into our community, like in trauma recovery centers or other people that help the community heal. I plan to get $5,500 monthly revenue in 12 months. I'll acquire my customers from websites, word of mouth, and I also plan to sell merchandise when I learn on my website, such as bracelets or mugs, tea combination, and t-shirts. I've already sold many t-shirts. Every year I'll sell t-shirts. Thank you for your time and attention. And again, why not unite for peace, for community healing and safety? Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Jerry, any questions for Tony?
Tony, can you clarify again who are your prospective clients or customers?
So I work with individuals, but I also get contracts with community-based organizations. I do workshops online. I do them in person. I do restorative healing circles. So I talk to people about mindfulness. And actually, I'm a walking, talking on my own healing journey. So people who know me, they know my story. My son was murdered in 2007, and the energy I had, I wanted to heal. But I also knew it wasn't just me, that it was the community that also needed healing. So a lot of people in the community, like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years, and they actually asked me, will you join me for a healing circle? Will you come to my event? So now that I made it, after Kickstart, made it a business, got my sale pitch, did my website, I'm getting more customers like that.
Hello, my name is Sheila Malkine, and I'm the founder and director of the Legacy Film Festival on Aging. That is a nonprofit. But today I am going to speak about the Legacy Film Series. And I registered my business in 2005 for that. I help directors and activity personnel of senior communities enrich the lives of their residents by offering a program of selected shorts related to aging. I have an extensive library of films that educate, entertain, and inspire older adults and anyone who sees the films. Excuse me for being so excited about the idea. I rent a 90-minute program of films at $500. I registered my business in 2005, and my monthly revenue then was $1,000. I had seen a business professional, and he told me I would never make it in this business, but I ignored him. I have 2 master's degrees in psychology and public health, and I actually was the director of film festivals on aging in Chicago before I moved to San Francisco in 2003. I plan to expand my reach of senior communities and senior centers through existing connections and a new website.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Any questions or suggestions from the jury?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Just to clarify, when you said you rent 90-minute program of films, what would is that you're renting like the materials, or I wasn't clear about that part.
I am actually this. I would be renting the films. Now, this has become an issue because when I rented the films previously, they were DVDs. Now I have started translating the films into a downloadable link that goes directly to the facility. And so that is one of my expenses right now. But I have somebody who is doing them for $25 a film. And so far, I have shown a few of the films and have had a very good response to it.
There's a special building close to my heart in San Francisco. Not only was I raised on this street and my name stemming from it as well, Lorraine, but it also houses the Columbarium built in 1898 by architect Bernard Cahill. The Columbarium served as an ivory sanctuary and tree climbing adventure for us to play in. Balancing visiting my loved ones within the building and my love of porcelain painting, a sweet idea emerged. I created Bella Riposo. It's Italian for beautiful rest. Bella Riposo offers urns and custom-made receptacles that house the remains of our loved ones. Growing up near the mausoleum in the inner Richmond has always eased my mind about where I'd like to be placed. So manufacturing personalized, unique urns for loved ones and pets. I registered Bella Riposo in August. I'm now focused on preparing sample pieces, increasing the options on the Bella Riposo website. I will receive clients via word of mouth through my website, product placement at funeral homes and mausoleum management companies that I've connected with through this Kickstarter interviews that we did during our class. Clients will be able to view tangible options also, and together we designed their special receptacles. Starting with a base price of $495 per urn, I expect to launch in November and expect at least 2 to 3 units per month, building to a larger clientele with the connections with the mausoleum and management. I'm very grateful to Bliss and team and my cohorts input helped to refine my clearly focused my dream, brought forth envisioning, putting my art to the fore. I'm excited to share this new venture in the prime of my life with my 32 years of painting on porcelain experience, with the achieved experiences from the master artisans I trained under. I thank you for everyone's support.
How difficult it is to crack the funeral industry, because I know from my experience, they sell you these packages, and I know from my experience they don't refer out, and I don't even know who else is offer your type of product. So how do you overcome that?
Well, during our class, or the 10-week course, it was inspiring via Alex and Khadijah notes about, getting to know the people that are in the industry. I happen to be very kindred with the management at the Columbarium, but it pushed me out into what is now Colma, where I grew up. It was all moved out. The cemeteries were all moved out in 1934. So I developed even more relationships with them and the funeral homes that I frequent to visit them, about talking about the product that I have. It's about being personalized. It's showy. If people want them for their homes, not necessarily for putting in niches. I'm really thrilled that I actually felt so comfortable talking to them about these opportunities when they're actually sad times for the families, et cetera, that are wanting this. And with the cohort's brilliance, inviting me to think about pet usage. People do want their ashes of their pets close to them. I think that's been really pushed me forward to really outside the box ideas. And that's what's so great about this Kickstarter program.
Okay, 011 cleaning service. If there's a medical emergency, who do you call? You call 911. If you have a cleaning emergency, who do you call? You call 011. 011 Cleaning Service is a top quality cleaning business that offers world-class commercial cleaning and janitorial services that meets the specific needs of our clients. We have well-trained cleaning technicians who analyze your office or facility, and we identify your specific cleaning needs. What separates us from the rest? Our cleaning products are environmentally friendly. We meet the requirements of the Environmental Protection Association. Here at our company, we offer a free consultation where you can schedule an appointment, and you can either schedule a one-time service cleaning or a reoccurring cleaning contract based on your specific needs. Our financial goals are short-term goals in the next 3 to 5 months to secure 3 to 5 contracts and to be able to invoice between $20,000 and $30,000 per month. We can be contacted through our website and LinkedIn, and you can find us on social media on Instagram and Facebook under 011 Cleaning Services. Our email address is 011services@gmail.com. That's spelled ZEROONEONESERVICES@gmail.com. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to doing business with you in the near future. Thank you.
I had a quick question. So you mentioned at the beginning about like if you had an emergency for cleaning, you need to have somebody come in. Are you focused specifically on like an issue or an event that somebody just needs a cleaner on demand, or is it more sort of the regular kind of cleaning that happens in sort of office spaces?
Well, our company is a one shop all. If there's an emergency situation where there's like a spill, or sometimes companies are having COVID outbreaks where they need you to come in and do a special type of cleansing. So we're available for the special cleansing, and we're also available for the routine cleaning, like the restaurants and office spaces, medical offices that just need routine cleaning for everyday operations. So we're available for both services.
Hi, I'm Amanda Dujranville, a psychologist and artist. I'm here to present to you Clos de Mon. Clos means a walled garden, and Saint Amand is the patron saint of monasticism, hospitality, and viticulture. In academia recently, there's been a lot of articles published around the question, can beauty save the world? I believe beauty is integral to a healthy culture, as it has the potential to lead us to the transcendent. I also believe it's important for each of us to reach inside and touch on the deeper aspects of ourselves, and to have the possibility of creating from these depths. Clos de Mon provides a beautiful retreat setting for people to do inner work and or creative work. I have registered Clos de Mon and currently are pursuing funds to purchase a suitable venue that will return revenue from accommodation, psychological workshops, artistic workshops, including the ancient art of fresco and culinary delights, and the sale of fine art associated with Clos de Mon. Besides the website and word of mouth, I will rely on communications with psychological associations that I've been engaged with over my career as a psychologist, such as the International Association of Analytical Psychology. I look forward to people dreaming into and manifesting from the beauty both within themselves and the beauty within the atmosphere that is Clos de Mon. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. So you mentioned that there was a couple different services that you would sort of provide. Which one is, if there is one, I don't know if it's split evenly. Is there one that you'll focus on sort of more, and the other ones are just kind of down the line as you grow? Could you kind of just elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, thanks, Alex. That's a great question. Well, mostly people will come to this place, and so they'll be paying for accommodation within a beautiful setting and do psychological workshops and creative workshops at the same time. And then I thought spring and summer, putting in seasonal workshops like come and make baguettes, or come and do plein air painting, or learn fresco, or things like that, to balance out the psychological as well. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Adrian, and I am the owner of Adrian's Atrium, your gateway to wellness. I make healthy, homemade, harvested foods that include jams, jellies, juices, sauces, and pickle products. I have past work experience as a vegetarian cooking instructor and also have assembly line work. I plan to sell my items at pop-up events, marketplaces, and accept online orders. My goal is to increase sales by using my new website. My prices vary from $5 to $50. I also create seasonal items and take special orders. Thank you for your time and interest.
Adrian, is this your full-time? Will this be a full-time business or a part-time business?
Yes, this is a full-time business. I just received my license this past March, and I also have a food handler's card.
So you mentioned a few different ways and a few different kinds of products. Can you walk me through sort of how you're planning to, I guess, get them out to the public? Is it farmers markets? Are you looking to sort of do like niche grocery stores? Is it just web sales? What are your thoughts on that?
Actually, I use and I plan to use a variety of all of those things combined. I've been using word of mouth. I have a senior customer kind of people that usually buy from me, and I also focus on people in my family are vegans, and also some athletes in my family.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Paul Mansfield. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about a vintage camera pop-up I started called Verve 35mm. Over the pandemic, while everybody was locked into their homes, working or trying to begin a hobby, I returned to one of mine. I began to take all of the vintage cameras and film I'd collected over these years of working in photo retail in San Francisco and began to create a vintage camera film and bag line. It's called Verve 35mm. And it's all about getting back to the joy of taking photographs and getting geared up to create the kind of photographs you want and do it with a little bit of style. What it is it's a unique pop-up at the moment, and where I'm creating a fun boutique experience for people to come to these farmers markets and try out the cameras, the bags, and the film, and get familiar with what is analog photography. I've been successful at doing West Coast searches all up and down from here all the way up to Vancouver, Washington, finding all kinds of old cameras, projectors, Super 8 cameras, and putting them online thanks to this program that allowed me to have an e-commerce site, but also gearing up at the farmers markets. I've been doing, my experience relatable here is that I've been doing selling cameras for 13 years at all the camera stores. And I hope my business plan going forward is I hope to achieve $2,500 a month in monthly revenue until it builds. And I plan to close out this presentation, I plan to use word of mouth, Facebook, and Nextdoor ads to create a marketing program. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Any questions or feedback or suggestions for Paul?
Yeah, I had a question around. So you mentioned that sort of it's a vintage sort of pop-up, so people can kind of come and experience the different cameras and things like that. But then you also mentioned, are you currently having that vintage pop-up at farmers markets, or in the past you sold camera equipment and things at farmers markets, and so it's kind of akin to that, but you're going to be using the pop-ups in different places? Can you kind of?
Yeah, I think, Alex, as this program began for Kickstart, I had a plan of just in the beginning, popping up at the farmers markets and then developing the e-commerce site going forward. But ultimately, my goal is to set up a brick and mortar at one of these local collectives down nearby here, so that I have a regular boutique.
Thank you, Paul. Any other questions or feedback for Paul?
Yeah, I had Paul, interesting idea. I see that youngsters now with actual cameras around their necks. So I could see the resurgence in the vintage cameras. I'm curious if you've been in touch with farmers markets and if you've got relationships already set up, because from my experience, having merchandise at farmers market, or are you talking flea markets?
Well, that's a good question, Ty. I have been in touch with the Outer Farmers Sunset Market here in the Sunset. And the last several months, I've been going back selling here in the Outer Sunset Farmers Market. I just had an event this last Saturday that went pretty well.
Great, thank you.
Thanks so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. So I'm Christine Cantor, and my business is SDP Bridging Gaps. Thanks to the 50 Plus group, I was able to create a website. And I help individuals with varying degrees of disability and their families to navigate entry into a state program that empowers them with the discretion to choose how they will use their disability budget. My process takes them through the development of a person-centered plan to present to the client's social service. This plan identifies their hopes and dreams and challenges, their current level of service, their unmet needs. And once it's submitted, I work with the social workers to implement the client's plan and help enable them to achieve their hopes and dreams. Once accepted into the program, the client has the option to continue to use my services through their budget. So I may end up supporting them as an independent case manager. And I started my business earlier this year. I now have over 50 clients across 8 of California's 21 regional centers. And I had to become a vendor of each of these regional centers, which is not easy because they are completely independent of each other. There's no standardization between their unique processes. So each one has its own system of contracts, invoicing, payments to navigate, and you have to kind of get through all of that. So, and that's kind of it. I don't know if there are questions.
Is there a ceiling in terms of number of clients that you can handle?
Bandwidth. If I will bring back some work-life balance, I need to hire people, right? So, and that's really part of what I hope, obtaining grants and or whatever is sort of, increasing my speed to getting the opportunity to hire people. So right now the scale is dwindling according to what I can manage and how I manage that, right? So I am trying different things. So with the report writing, I can take up to 20 to 30 hours to write a report because I'm really trying to on multiple levels, dive into the individual and their circumstances, the entire context, and maybe shortening that, making it more tighter so that I can offer more hours in sort of managing the whole infrastructure view, right? Because I'm more top down, looking at everything and then sort of understanding all the different stakeholder perspectives and then trying to align things to just keep moving it forward.
So for right now, like what's the biggest need moving forward? I saw that obviously the hiring in like 6 months, but like outside of that, what is sort of the biggest need or challenge you're facing right now?
So, so I was asking really early on in the 50 plus, I needed to create a website. Tick, I did that. Thank you so much. But the other piece of it was getting a CRM system. Just because right now I am managing by spreadsheets and referring back to emails to keep track of where my people are at and how I'm moving them forward. I was looking at Trello, as Vicki knows, and some different sort of CRMs. And it was either you get the customer relationship management tool itself, or you get the project management. And I wanted a combination. And then I started speaking with like a consultant, and I think Monday may be the one that I end up ultimately moving towards. But I just haven't had the time to get underneath that. And then my thinking is, if I can hire someone, I can actually sort of like give them that administrative chunk of work to begin the process of getting me, so that I'm actually just moving forward rather than referring back and forth between all of my emails.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cameron Bekzadeh. I have created a very special recipe for granola, introducing some ingredients that have never been used in the industry. Lono granola was developed on the island of Oahu, Hawaii, during the first COVID-19 lockdowns. I was experimenting with various ingredients and had one of those aha moments. I thought, wow, wait, no one's ever thought of this. And so the granola uses these ingredients, the secret ingredients that are for their texture, color, flavor, and aroma. And basically, my experience comes from as a chef, sommelier, and an artist. I started the Village Market back in 1992, which was a farm to table, farm to market, local, way ahead of its time. And I feel that the Lono granola is also ahead of the curve. And my audience are people who are active, health conscious, your farmer's market shopper, the yogi, the surfer. I had sold my business back in 2017 when I moved to the island to heal myself. And I did that through yoga, meditation, trying to learn how to surf and swim. I hope that's right about 90 seconds.
Cameron, have you done project costs? Do estimates of what it takes to launch your business, to start your business?
Absolutely. I've done probably a full year of research before I was fortunate to join this group. I basically do Uber to pay my rent, and Andrew, one of the members, was in my car, handed me a flyer. And but before even getting to this point, I've done a lot of research on this. I know exactly what my cost is. I know exactly how much money I need to launch Lono granola.
Would this be self-financed, or will you be seeking outside capital?
I will be looking for outside capital.
Cameron, 2 quick questions. One, have you started selling this already in any outlets?
No, and the reason for that is we've talked about this with the cohort group, and I'm also in another program right now. It's called Financial Planning Accelerator, and everyone wants to, well, let's see some sales. The trouble is I have this secret ingredient, and I can't just launch it until it's a full blast media where it's on social media, print media, and it'll be launched exclusively at Thrive Market, which has a 1 million customer base.
So that your secret ingredient was part of my second question, which is, it sounds like it's, so just to clarify, it's only secret for now during the research and development period, but I'm just wondering how you would handle that with labeling requirements. So you'll be naming that secret ingredient later.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay,
Once the product is launched, then essentially the cat's out of the bag. Everyone will know. That's why I want to start in a sort of the big bang. Then when people start copying it, hopefully enough audience within this community of people that I'm looking for will know, oh, Lono was the first.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Susan Griffin, and the name of my business is Luxury Hair Online. This business is a career pivot born out of 30 years of dedication, experience, success and failures as a hairstylist and salon owner. Simultaneously with career highs and lows, life also has its mountains and valleys, all of which are pathways to becoming better citizens and people if we choose to. I wanted to do my part to help other professionals plan, prepare, and navigate their journey. I help professional hairstylists seeking next level success through education, inspiration, and elevation so they can experience long-term success and sustainability in a multi-billion-dollar industry. I offer access to a system of doing business that can meet each stylist where they are, provide action steps where, if applied, can take them to the next level or as far as they desire to go. I'm offering through my business memberships, classes, tutorials, in-person workshops, specialized retail, and affiliates as a means of paying for the business or earning money. And Blisson has played an integral part in helping me to define my vision, formulate my plan, and ultimately manifest a project, which is in process. Okay, I have 40 years full-time in the industry. I'm a licensed stylist, certified trichologist, licensed instructor, 20-year salon owner, and survived many of life's life and business interruptions. My training is in natural hair care, wig making, non-surgical hair replacement, fusion color, and I have experience in the television and film industry. My goal is to earn $4,500 a month retail in the next 12 months. And I guess that's it.
Tell what's the profile of the stylist? What's the stylist that you want to sign on or to want to work with you? Are they beginner stylists? Are they experienced stylists? What range of experience are you looking for?
My goal is for them to be able to apply the system to whatever level they're at. People need to start where they are. And if you apply the same system, you can enter at any level and just graduate systematically to the next level through education, inspiration. Education is the monetization part. Inspiration is the optimization part, you know, as far as optimizing technical skills. And elevation is the intrinsic part of who you have to be in order to have.
Will people walk away with a book or some kind of a workbook, some kind of a binder that spelled out your system?
Yes.
So is it people pay for the membership and the membership gives them the education, or are they able to just pay for one-off sort of workshops and stuff?
My thought was just by entering the site, you can get a level of education. And then as it increases, then I would do membership, because you need money first in order to be able to pay for a membership. So I want to start where they are. And at each level, it'll open a door, you know, to a new path.
Gotcha. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. So these workshops, are these pre-recorded content that you'll be producing, or are these you live leading them?
Both. I plan to do like boot camps at trade shows, do classes at salons if salon owners want to invite me in. Those were the two venues that I thought about.
So this presentation is a combination of, came out of our two different projects, which was drum beat therapy in Brian's case, which was going to be a corporate program for drummers, for workers to engage in drumming as a way to enrich their lives and take their minds off work. Mine was to come up with a consulting business for small starting businesses, especially in the nonprofit sphere, called Strategery Consulting. And we sort of combined forces in the course of this and started work on Stick for Change, which is what we're going to talk about today. So Stick for Change, to start off with, so that you really understand what this is about, I want everybody to take a moment and put your hand on your chest over your heart. And I want you to feel your heartbeat for a moment. So that's the thing that unites us all as human beings, that rhythm, that essential aspect of our humanity. And that rhythm is the foundation of all music. And what Stick for Change is attempting to do is to improve the world by providing an experience of making music and changing the world to children in affluent communities linked with children in impoverished communities, to give them an experience of music, which is the other thing that seems to unite us and break down the barriers between us, regardless of race and creed and language and all the other barriers that we see between ourselves as human beings, and give them a direct experience of changing the world by making music together. So what we intend to do is use technology to link up communities of children in affluent communities with impoverished communities, have them make and play percussive instruments to popular music, and use that as a way to raise awareness and promote benefit concerts to raise money to change the lives of the children in those communities. We're partnering with local organizations. Our first project is underway with Sepia Foundation in Costa Rica. That's why Brian is down there right now, and he'll be filming this Friday some of the sequences with the children in a band and a music program that they run in conjunction with a local music school, in order to create the basis for the tracks that will be used to link up with a musical program here in an after-school program here in San Francisco. We have interest from large dollar donors through conversations, private foundations and family foundations. We signed an agreement for a fiscal sponsorship so that we don't have to worry about running all the paperwork and accounting for the nonprofit. We can focus on this project and on getting it underway. The CEO, Brian, is a professional drummer. I have a background in business operations and technology, software integration, and John Walsh, another member of our business team, handles all of our media and web-based development. We also have a professional advisory board that can provide support for us around musical education for children, creative direction, and musicians, professional musicians, as well as links to the San Francisco tech community to help us get the right technologies in place to support this and popularize it. Our goal for our first project is to raise $25,000. We're already at 20% of that, just with pledges, and that's before we've launched social media and other forms of awareness or approach the donors. At this point, we're hoping to get some further interest and support for that project and linkage with potential technology sponsors to help with the technical requirements around linking up the two locations. Thank you.
Thomas, do you have use of funds for your 25K?
Yes, we do. For the Sepia Foundation in Costa Rica has a musical program that's underway, and it will go to buy instruments for the children, professional level instruments, as well as help fund musical enrichment.
Thank you.
Brian, Thomas, interesting idea. Sounds to me like nonprofit programming. So I'm curious about your structure and how you if it's a business, how you plug into foundation money.
Well, it is going to be a nonprofit. That's where the fiscal sponsorship comes into play. Eddie pointed us in that direction. And after speaking with a number of different organizations, we found one that was very closely aligned with our goals and made it very easy for us to remain independent. So they handle the 501(c) details, and we simply can focus on the actual project, and we follow their rules and templates around fiscal reporting, and then they provide the IRS filings and the oversight to ensure that we're doing things correctly. Brian, at this point, I'm donating my consulting services as part of the project as a in-kind contribution. Brian's Drumbeat Therapy, which will be a for-profit organization, but it will be a B corporation where 30% of profits go as contributions, either in kind or in actual dollars to the organization. Does that answer all your questions around that?
So first off, congrats to everyone. It's not easy to share your ideas and thoughts around your businesses. This is just the beginning for a lot of folks as they're continuing to move forward. So give yourselves a nice round of applause because it's not easy. And I know it. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. So kudos to you all for sticking with it and continuing to move forward. Okay. So with that being said, there were two separate categories and then one final award for sort of just the jury's choice. So the first category was business growth. And the winner of that is Tony Hines.
Hey,
congratulations, Tony.
Yay. Thank you. And thank you everyone else in the category. I promise you, I was like, Sheila got this. Not that nobody else didn't do good, but I was rocking for Sheila. I was my second choice. So I'm glad y'all did better. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very cool. Very
Brava,
cool.
brava.
Okay. The second category was for new business creation. And the winner in that category is Christine Cantor.
Thank you so much. I am so grateful. I didn't actually maybe share it in the slide or in Q&A, but I took a big break from working in my career because I had children with disabilities, and that's what kind of pushed me down the rabbit hole, as I tell families. That's how I ended up here. So this opportunity has been, kind of dovetailed with me getting back into a career that I left like 20 years ago. So I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
And the last one was one where we kind of took a lot of different factors into account. But just overall, sort of what we thought about being able to make an impact across things. And the winner of the Jury's Choice Award is Susan Eng.
I just want to say thank you because throughout the years, I've been trying to help the confidence in myself. Actually, it's really, I really appreciate it. This really lift up my confidence because I've been telling myself that I need to have this, I need to have this. And thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, I just want to say that I've done my share of pitches and gets slammed in my face many times. The final results have in no way reflect who you are, your business, or anything like that. So it's very inspiring to hear that you can do your pitch in like 90 seconds. And so keep doing it and keep plugging away, keep pitching, don't stop.
Yeah, I agree. Pitching is always hard. Pitching in 90 seconds is so impressive, and you all did really, really well. I was really inspired by your ideas, incredible range of businesses. I'm also really touched by how you're supportive of each other and to the extent to which this is an amazing cohort. And I hope you will stay in touch with each other and continue growing together. Like it was that part for me, what was really inspiring to see as well. As far as pitches, just a little bit of advice about being really concrete and being more articulate about who your target market is and how you're going to connect with them. I think generally that would have been something I would have said for a lot of you. And yeah, keep going. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you and crossing paths and watching your businesses grow here in San Francisco. Thank you so much.
Awesome, because I saw everyone sort of at the beginning of the program and talked with a lot of you all about different business models and plans and how you're thinking about things. So it's awesome to see all of it kind of congeal and come together. So I wish you all nothing but the best. If you need anything, if I can ever help, don't hesitate to reach out. And one last little piece, take advantage of the resources. The folks here have provided an immense amount of resources through the Tech Council, through, Eddie and Vicky. Take advantage of the things that they provided to you, the resources that are provided around, because people are out there willing to help and wanting to help. So congratulations. And I look forward to seeing how you all continue to progress.